You are, and will always be, the greatest love I've ever known. Life has been so vibrant and clear since you've entered my world.
You are my everything. Today, we officially join as one, but you're right, as per usual, we have been one from day one.
You're the essence of compassion, empathy, your nurturing, sweet, kind, friendly soul.
I've discovered the meaning of true love.
Because I found it in you.
I matched with Morgan, oh my gosh, my what is it called? My heart just sank in a good way. I was like, oh my gosh, who is this? And then we added each other on Instagram, and there was a mohawk video that he was doing his hair and looked at the camera, and I played that 100 times because I was obsessed with the way he looked at the camera.
She made me chase her a little bit. You know, we matched on Bumble, and it was just a swipe, and I think what initially caught my attention was that she was a fitness girl on there, and I was in the fitness industry, and I'm like, oh, I've never dated anyone in the fitness industry. I wonder how that would go.
That's my favorite part, is when Morgan was so pumped, oh, I matched with this girl, she's so cool. Then they went on this date, and he's like, yeah, it's great. And then it was no.
I feel like I first found out, they started dating at the beginning of the summer of 2020. So I feel like I found out pretty soon around then. I remember Gentry was like, so I've kind of been seeing someone.
I cannot remember Morgan telling me. I just feel like Gentry's always been there. It just feels so normal and natural that I forget what happened before Gentry.
So I didn't learn about Morgan until after they had already been together for a little bit, and when they were officially moving to San Diego. So I didn't get to meet Morgan until after they had moved to San Diego.
We were all still kind of in that shutdown, and we were kind of well, how do you guys do that? We're in a shutdown, how did you guys meet? And and they're oh, we met before, but then we kind of, touched base again, and then they started dating. And
on Cinco de Mayo, Morgan Instagram messaged me and asked if I wanted him to bring me tacos for Cinco de Mayo, and it was 10 p.m. So I was like, no, but why don't you come over the next day? And so he came over, and we played Monopoly, and we read this astrology book. I read his chart.
Stalking. Maybe perusing her page a little here and there. If just she posted a intriguing picture, might recapture my attention and be like, what's she doing right now? Who's she with? What's going on? You single? You out here? And yeah, we just kind of kept up with each other on Instagram and didn't really meet up until 4 years later. We actually finally started dating.
I feel I remember his energy really balancing mine. I feel he was just super easy to talk to, but also let me just say whatever, and really, I feel with such a good energy as compared to me. I feel I'm a bit more talkative and I would say higher energy, but he's super calm, and I really loved that about him. That was really distinct.
So Morgan is a very calm presence. I think Gentry can be very type A, and so can Morgan. They very much complement each other in that way.
Yeah, I think how they complement themselves as far as their business goes, I'll say they're the complete opposite. Morgan is more the analytical back office, let me deal with the numbers and that type of stuff, where Gentry is what I would call a 100% true people person.
We've always kind of talked, Gentry kind of has a type A personality, and I think Morgan does a really good job of bringing just a sense of calmness and whatever situation we're in, it's not as serious as it might appear to feel like in a given situation. So I think there's he brings a good, just bringing her Yeah, into just like a state of calmness is kind of what I've noticed.
Yes, Morgan has a little bit of a temper. In a good way sometimes.
And I have noticed since meeting Gentry that Morgan is much more in control. Morgan doesn't let things get to Morgan the way they used to. And I think Gentry has kind of taken that edge off Morgan.
Her energy and like her personality really like drew me in and made me comfortable to make it feel easy to interact with her. Whereas that's just not the case with me for, everyone, so.
Your love is like hard medicine. There's nothing better than your empathy when you're next to me. Oh, hard medicine. There's nothing better than you. This life.
He never let me question like his feelings for me either. I feel like he asked me to be his girlfriend within a couple of weeks, and that was just like really reassuring to me. I feel like at that point when he asked me to be his girlfriend and I didn't even have to ask him like, what are we? I feel like, a lot of times it's just in that limbo mode for a while and you just don't know what's happening. He just asked me, and I feel like in that moment, it gave me the hope that, okay, I'm not gonna have to ever question like his feelings for me. Also, I feel like he a lot of times would just go out of his way to make me happy or just do something small, and like those little things really mattered a lot. So I think that in combination with how great our personalities balanced each other, it just was like a safe home feeling for me.
How quickly things can change. My cure came in a moment, injecting me with all your hard medicine. There's nothing better than your empathy when you're next to me. Your hard medicine. There's nothing better than you.
Gentry's close with her grandma. She, as a little girl and as she's grown up, and I think, her not having her here, I think is something that I think she wishes, but
Right.
she just wasn't capable of traveling
Yeah.
out here. So I think she tried to not show. I think she was trying to be, compassionate and empathetic on that end. Like, I understand that, that her grandmother couldn't be here, but at the same time she was hurting because she's wanting her family out here. And I think
Right.
family, her grandmother, not just her mom and dad and sister and brother, but I think she wanted her family and her grandmother
Right.
to be here.
Oh, I totally agree. Yeah. She's close to my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really the only grandmother she's ever known, so.
Yeah, she just couldn't make it because she can't walk very well right now. And like, she's in her 80s, so yeah.
Obviously, he wanted them to be here, but due to their health and not liking to fly for some of them, they weren't able to be here. And they are sad that they aren't able to be here.
Yeah, her aunt could not make it. Her Aunt Debbie could not make it, my sister. She was planning on it. She was coming with us. We booked the flight. She was ready. My sister, her aunt, was very excited, but was diagnosed with breast cancer in July.
Okay, I happened to be there the day Morgan was born. So I got to go to the hospital.
This is Morgan's first bath, and
this is where I got to help give her her bath,
That
her
was-
very first one.
that was your first meeting.
He's a special kid. He grew up full of bubbles. He was just energetic.
Probably the most thing I remember about Morgan was her dimples. And she always had that smile with the dimples. And as her grandpa, I always remembered that.
Probably one of your first
Yeah,
meetings.
this is
I think we were.
myself and Morgan.
Yep, I think we lived in Norfolk at the
Yeah, that's
time.
the Norfolk house.
Yep, I recognized the paneling and the orange chair.
Yep.
Grandpa's first.
Yeah, I was kind of proud of that.
I used to sing to him, "You Are My Sunshine," which in the teenage years, you don't want your mom singing that to you, but I did. So, yeah, that's what he was like.
It was nice the times that we did see him and that he visited and with all the grandkids.
I see it now with you. You'll never be the same. The start of my heart, a river washing over me when
I was gone for a lot of Morgan's early years with my Navy career, being deployed a lot and stationed in Japan for 2 years without them. So I missed a lot of Morgan's early years. I remember our bonding was through sports. Morgan loved to play soccer, loved to play basketball. So I did a lot of the photography during his sports years. Just basically became the team's photographers and did all the pictures for them, and that was kind of our bonding moments.
stories being read to write.
This was with Morgan in the Chesapeake City Soccer League. We were coaching that year.
You were champs, weren't you?
Our-
Didn't you?
Oh yeah. I don't know if we won championship that year or not.
One thing I remember when I was down there, he had 2 or 3 little friends. And this is when he was younger, and he had one of those little, I don't know what they called, little 2-wheeled bicycles, but they were the smaller ones. And they would buzz around the neighborhood chasing each other on those bicycles. And I would watch him out the window. And they were just laughing and having a good time.
One of my core memories is piercing his ears at 3 in the morning, at his parents' house, and playing Guitar Hero until 4 in the morning and drinking a bunch of energy drinks. But I don't know, we would just do really stupid stuff in a small town, and it was great.
This is more than imagined. This is more than ordinary. Didn't realize this could happen. Oh, the grace of being.
How was Gentry growing up?
Well, she was kind. She was very determined as a young child. Just very, she wasn't into certain things at certain ages. She loved artistic. She was very artistic. Even she liked to draw. She liked to do certain things like that. Listened very well.
Yeah,
She
very
always-
well behaved.
Very well behaved. Just always listening to us.
Gentry growing up was certainly kind, but I remember even other things about her. One time we went to a festival in town in the summer. she and her sister and I were together, and the rest of the family was there too, but they were in a different area. And I told the two girls, let's see what they have here, and anything that you want, Grandma will get it for you. And they had arts and crafts and jewelry and food and everything. And Gentry, and I said, Gentry, do you know what you want? And she said, I want to climb that wall, because there was this climbing wall for older people, older kids. And she was only about 10. And I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know about that. And so I asked her dad what he thought, if it would be okay. And he said, if she wants to climb it, let her climb it. And she did. She climbed the wall all the way to the top. And that showed me right then that she had a strength and a drive, even at that age.
I watched her grow up. She was a sweet little girl. Has grown up into this lovely, bubbly young lady.
Something that always stood out to me with her is how hard of a worker that she is. But nothing was handed to her. She had to work really hard for everything that she had. So she had a job at Tammy's Pizza in high school, and she worked all the time, and she saved up to buy her own car. So she was just always a really hard worker and just a very genuine person. So just someone that you could go to if you wanted to have a deep conversation, or you needed a friend, just a very sweet person.
Yeah, really good in school, very smart, very studious.
Yeah.
Very,
driven with everything.
Driven academically, and just a kind child, a nice, empathetic, compassionate, just a wonderful, wonderful daughter.
Yeah.
She's just a happy person, and very positive and kind. Just a kind person. I've never heard her say a bad word or unkind word about anybody. So that's always impressed me about Gentry.
Her emotions are close to the surface a lot. She's not the type that buries her emotions. You know what I mean?
She wears them on
yeah,
her
she
sleeve.
wears them. She lets them out. She, is I would say she's emotional, sure, but in a good way. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think there's anything out.
I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it to the wedding. But I do feel that I was there in spirit with Gentry. Gentry knows about spirit. We've talked about many metaphysical things, and I'm sure she knows that I was with her all through that day. I kept looking at the clock thinking, Gentry's getting ready. It's almost time for the wedding. And so in some way I feel that I was there.
She's so happy, and I just wanted to watch her walk her down the aisle, going towards her husband. And I think that's what I wanted to share with her, just watch her get married and fulfill that dream of her life, that part of her life.
What was it like to see them build their house together and their life together out there? I mean, you hope the best for your kids, right? But what was it like for you guys to see your kid all grown up, house, business, everything, the whole 9 yards?
How was it for you? You want me to take it?
No, I'm trying to hold myself together here.
Oh. Wow. I think seeing Morgan and Gentry succeed and be happy, what more could you ask for? So they make each other happy. So
I guess for me, when you're gonna have to really edit this one.
I don't know, I get emotional with my kids. I mean, it's just, I don't know how I wouldn't get emotional, you know what I mean? It's like, it's your daughter.
Yeah.
It's just, it'll be very emotional to see her, you know, in a wedding dress and getting married and, you know, just knowing that she's
Happy.
With everything that's transpired, the time that it really hit me was at the rooftop party that they did. I was sitting there watching Morgan and Gentry. And it was at that moment that I realized that Morgan was as happy as he was ever going to be. I actually had to get up and leave because it hit me that hard. It was that moment in time that I knew Morgan was where Morgan wanted to be, and Morgan was who Morgan wanted to be. And it hit me at that point. I was so happy for both of them.
Just that we love them and we're
love
so
'em.
happy for them, and we're always here to support them any way we can.
100%.
we just want to tell you that we love you both very much, and we're so happy to have been a part of your journey, and we can't wait to see where your lives take you. We wish you much love and happiness.
So rock-a-bye, baby, come and rest. You've been tired lately, lay your head down. Don't you think, baby, I know best. I've been a father for a long time. So rock-a-bye, baby, come and rest. You've been tired lately.
Morgan and Gentry, just want to wish you all the happiness that you deserve. And Morgan, I want you to know I'm very proud of the man you've become. I know your journey has not been easy. I want you to know that we are both very proud of you. And wish you and Gentry the most success, and hope you have a long and happy life together.
Yes. Wow. Yes. Wow. Yes. You love it. Yeah. Yes. Are we supposed to do that yet?
I think we're allowed. I think we're allowed.
Excuse my voice if it shakes. And always, my soulmate, my person, my best friend, my lover. You are, Jesus, and will always be the greatest love I've ever known. Life has been so vibrant and clear since you've entered my world. You've elevated my life in so many ways, and I'm forever grateful for you. You're the essence of compassion and empathy. Your nurturing, sweet, kind, friendly soul balances my tough love, sarcastic, too chill, fuck off vibes. You inspire me every day to be a better version of myself for you, for me, for our friends, current family, and future family. To continually grow, to express my feelings even when I don't want to, and to always feel empowered and showing up authentically. You're absolutely breathtaking today and every day. You are proud, passionate, resilient, and brilliant. You foster a sense of belief in yourself and in me. Nothing is out of our reach.
This could be my last
Morgan, my lover, my rock, my other half, my king, my Mr. Right, my husband. You are my everything. Today we officially join as one, but you're right, as per usual, we have been one from day one. When I first saw you on Bumble, my heart literally melted. When I followed you and found your Mohawk video, I'm pretty sure I watched it 1,000 times because I was obsessed with the way you looked at the camera, aka me. Even though it took us 3 years to actually date, it truly was fate. The universe knew that 2020 was our year. When you asked me to be your girlfriend, I knew you were the one I wanted to spend my life with. You asked me without hesitation and gave me the confidence that you truly wanted me and never let me second guess that ever.
I promise to continue to keep you laughing, to always be on your team, to show up for you, because there is nowhere else I'd rather be than by your side in good times and bad.
I vow to keep growing and building an incredible and insane life with you.
I promise to never dim the immense light that you shine on the world, and to create a safe space for you to express yourself and to simply be you.
Starting to feel like myself again. Here in forward motion, talking it over. Standing on 2 feet again. In a fallen world here, starting over. In a more. Saw you in a photograph there looking at me. In a more. I saw you in a perfect light there looking at me.
And so now, inasmuch as the two of you stood here now before these witnesses, you have consented to live together in marriage, and you've sealed your vows by the giving and the receiving of these gifts, in accordance with the laws of the state of California and by the power vested in me from Vows from the Heart Ministries. It does give me great pleasure to proclaim that Morgan and Gentry, you've been married on this day, and you now hold that coveted title of husband and wife. And I know there's a tidbit of business to take care of. I made you hold up. From this moment forward, you are in fact husband and wife. And with that said, Morgan, you may kiss your bride.
I saw you in the perfect light. I'll never forget the way you looked at me. I could never forget the way you look at me.
Gentry, we are so happy to be here to walk you both, us both, down the aisle, walking you both down the aisle, and on your wedding day. And since you were a little girl, you've always had a kind heart and determination. As we watch you grow over the years, and to the woman you are today, you still carry those traits, and we are so proud of you.
But if I were to wish you a love, I wouldn't wish fire for you. You see, fire is powerful, it burns bright, and then it's gone. It's beautiful and warm, but it doesn't last long. So instead of wishing you a love that burns, I wish you love like a river that twists and turns. It changes and flows, it is powerful and free, but it consistently finds its way back to the sea. And so like water, I hope your love is ever growing, ever changing. I hope your love is powerful and free, and may you always find each other like the river finds the sea.
And they always say, you know, if you really want to get to know someone, travel with them. And I feel like we really got to do that when we went to San Diego. We spent so much time together. And I learned that Morgan is definitely my person now in the family who will stay out as late as me and have a good time.
This is my advice for you as a young couple just starting your life together, and maybe as a gentle reminder to those of us that have been married for a while. The art of marriage. Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, at least once a day.
Gentry, I am so very grateful to you. I look at Morgan and your influence on him is so obvious. He is the happiest and most authentic version of himself that I have ever seen in 31 years. Your undying love and support plays an undeniable role in that change. Thank you for loving Morgan so very well. You are everything I hoped he would find. On a lighter note, I wanted to take this opportunity today to give you a little life hack that worked for me as a child growing up with Morgan. If you're ever sitting on the couch and you feel like you need a snack or a drink from the kitchen and you don't feel like getting up, just ask Morgan to go grab it for you. And if he says no, which he probably will, just say these magic words, I'll time you. And he will immediately jump up and race to the kitchen, grab your snack, and come back with an enthusiastic smile on his face and ask what his time was. I never actually timed him as a child. I just made up an impressive time when he got back, and I had my snack. Sorry, Morgan.
Happiness in marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. Our prayer for you is that the happiness, joy, and love you are feeling in this moment only continues to grow as you embark on this beautiful journey together. We love you both very much.
And as you embark on your life as a married couple, continue to grow individually and as a couple. So we ask all of you to stand and raise your glass. Thank you. To the newlyweds, wishing you two the best of life. We love you.
We love you.
Get our dance party started. It's a wedding after all, y'all. Let's go.
Players, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Girls, what y'all trying to do? 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe so clear. Look out. Pop, pop, it's showtime. 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 Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Gone time. Oh, they don't know. Gone time. I bet they know as soon as we walk in. Showed up, I'm wearing Cuban links, designer mix, Inglewood's finest shoes. Whoop, whoop. Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself. Known to give the color red the blues. Woo, shit. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my
Today I saw this card, this tarot card of strength, a girl showing strength. And I thought so much of Gentry then, because it even looks like Gentry. And as I mentioned before, I felt, even though I wasn't at the wedding, I was there in spirit. And that's kind of what this card represents to me.
And Morgan, we weren't able to be at the wedding, but we have a lot of memories. And this is one of them, the monkey bread. So I hope you remember that event, and I hope you still think about it, and maybe Gentry and you can make it at least one time. I know you eat a lot different than you used to, but that would be special if you can just do it once.
As I said before in this video, that one of the things that I feel Gentry and I share is strength, and it was sad I couldn't be there for her during her special day. You know, I remember doing a tarot reading on Gentry one time, and that was a special moment for us as well. But she has, but we share a wonderful strength to overcome things in life and move forward. And I think we have that bond between us.